Meanwhile, a new bill has been proposed to the Oregon Legislature that would ban the use of leaded fuel at racetracks in cities with more than 500,000 people.
If the bill passes, the Portland International Raceway could be seriously impacted, and that's where we find Fox 12's McKenna Marks, who spoke to a longtime drag racer about this proposed bill. McKenna, what can you tell us?
Well, that's exactly right. I spoke to a longtime drag racer who has been competing here at the Portland International Raceway for more than 30 years, and he has some major concerns about this bill. Now, he tells me if House Bill 2738 does pass, that would mean the racing community here in Portland would have to find a new home. House Bill 2738 would ban the use of leaded fuel at racetracks in cities with a population of 500,000 people or more. If it passes, the Portland International Raceway would be directly impacted. So I sat down with John Masterman, who has been drag racing at PIR for more than 30 years.
I ran my first race out at PIR in June of 1993, and I've run the points series every single year starting with the 94 season. 31 years, and I've missed 3 points races in that whole time. I'm a bit of a junkie, I admit it.
Not all of the cars at PIR use leaded fuel, but Masterman says many still do. If House Bill 2738 passes, the revenue at PIR would take a significant hit, so much so that Masterson says the raceway and its community of racers wouldn't be able to survive.
So by banning leaded fuel, you would block out some of the series that use the track. The revenue from those groups is now lost. At the point that you lose the revenue from those groups, the track financially becomes insolvent. And at that point, it disappears altogether. So everything that's good about the track would simply vanish.
The CDC warns that lead exposure can have serious negative health impacts, especially among children. The push for House Bill 2738 comes from many of Oregon Representative Travis Nelson's constituents in District 44, located near PIR. Nelson tells me these community members have been concerned for years.
You know, the folks who live near PIR, I think, should have a say when it comes to leaded gas in their communities.
According to Nelson, his constituents believe the fumes from the leaded fuel used at the raceway are harming the people that live nearby. In fact, during a committee meeting in Salem on Tuesday, Nelson cited a 2023 Guardian expose that claims children that live near PIR have lower test scores because they have been exposed to leaded fuel from PIR. Nelson says the expose is a major contributing factor to this bill and his constituents' concerns.
There's not necessarily causation, but a bit of correlation as it relates to Portland International Raceway.
It's still too early to tell if House Bill 2738 will pass and if PIR will have to shut down. But Masterman tells me he's already concerned and hopes his tight-knit racing community doesn't have to hit the road anytime soon.
The passion and the time and the money that go into this, it's hard to describe to somebody that isn't into it. But take any passionate hobby, this is ours.
Those both for and against House Bill 2738 are encouraged to send in their written testimony by this Thursday. Live in North Portland, McKenna Marks, Fox 12 Oregon.